Hey folks, Moose here. So, yeah, in this lovely pandemic phase, my local scrapyard has been closed for the last couple of weeks. And that's been an issue. I mean, I totally understand it. I mean, health and safety first, of course. But because of that big load that I had in my garage, and because I have a lot of work that I want to get done in the house, this summer, especially having the floor in the garage taken out and repoured because it's all cracked and heaved. Gotta love Maine winters. But anyway, so in order to make room, I've actually had to take a couple of loads of steel to the dump, which, I thought, given the current prices, I probably lost maybe 30-40 bucks. So yeah, it is what it is. But today the scrapyard opened up for the first time in a few weeks, and so I figured, I had some number 2 insulated wire, which was the 39% reclamation rate. So it's like communication wire, that kind of stuff, and lead acid batteries. So what I brought in today was 197 pounds of the insulated wire, which again was the 39%. So it's like one of the lowest grades they have, and 537 pounds of lead acid batteries. So for 197 pounds of wire, I got paid, it was at 19 cents a pound. So I got paid $28.31. And for the batteries, I got 24 cents a pound. So a total of $151.19. So it's right there. If you guys can pause the screen and take a look at that. But that's what that was. So I guess the best thing that I could say would be that if you guys are still scrapping, if you're staying at home and doing what you're supposed to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus, the best thing that I could suggest to you would be hold on to your scrap. I'm sure that once the economy starts, booming again, well, maybe not booming, but getting back to normal, the scrap prices will go up. But for right now, I mean, steel, it builds up fast. You need to make room. Go ahead. I mean, given the current prices, I'm pretty sure that, had I brought the steel here instead of to the dump, I probably wouldn't have made, more than 20 bucks for both truckloads. And just want to say, when I say the dump, it's Riverside Recycling, so they actually recycle it there. I just don't get paid for it, so it's not going into a landfill or anything. But yeah, so that's that. Looking at the metal room that they have here, where they buy all the steel goes into piles out in the yard, but everything else goes into this metal room, and man, it is bone dry in there. There's like 4 pallets of aluminum rims that got delivered by probably, I don't know, some chain of tire warehouse or something, but there's like nothing else there. Nothing. The room was just empty. So they opened up for the public yesterday for the first time. So I'm assuming that, I don't know, everyone else is doing the same thing and just holding on to their scrap, which makes sense. It's gonna hopefully make you some more money, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So again, if you're in this for the money, hold on to anything that's not steel, or the steel as well if you can. But if you need to make space, really call your scrapyard, find out what they're paying for what you have, and make sure that you're losing as little money as possible. So I guess that's it. I'm going to e-deposit this check into my business account, and go from there. So I'm working on that load in the garage. I'll probably add a little clip on the end of this to show you what I have. I just sold a bunch of nodes on eBay, which was nice. Made a few grand there. So I'm trying to get back to work. This has been hilariously absurd. I got a note from my neurosurgeon saying that I'm cleared to go back to work. but I work at a hospital where they have all these different policies in place. So I have to get a note from my neurosurgeon to employee health, where they have to send it to a nurse who reviews it, then sends it to my supervisor who has to approve it. Then it goes back to employee health, and then they contact me saying it's okay to come back. So I'm on day 2 of trying to get back in there. I mean, it's fine. I'm still getting disability pay, which is like 60 some odd percent of what I would normally get. So, you know, with my eBay sales, I'm fine. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I'm going to try and put a little clip here at the end of this video on what I have in the garage and what I've left to do in there. So thanks for watching. See ya. All right, folks. So that lighting makes me look like I have no freaking hair. Awesome. All right, so I'm back home, and I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of what I have left to process. So we'll start off. Can I turn the camera? I can't turn the camera. Oh well. So over here, this thing is an air conditioning unit. I tried looking up to see how much they go for. I mean, it still works and everything, but I mean, it's for cooling down a server room. So, and the plug on it is ridiculous. I don't have any outlets in my house that would accommodate that, and I mean, they don't go for more than like $200. So, I mean, there's probably more copper in there if I hold on to it and not cash it in now. So I'm gonna have that drained, and that's gonna get scrapped. Let's see if I can. All right, so we've got this whole pallet. Has a lot of well, there's a lot of those blades, especially the ones back here. These little guys. So these blades have 2 nodes in it. I mean, the blades are too big and heavy to sell and ship, so I'm not gonna kill myself doing that. But each one of these blades has 2 nodes in it. These nodes sell for about $2.50 each, and the ones further down that sell for about $3.50 each. I've got a whole bunch of keyboards to process. 2 printers that I'm probably not even going to bother doing anything with. I'm just going to throw them all in with the shred steel. And let's see, there's more of those same things as over here underneath it. And this one has a whole bunch of desktop towers. And a few of these things, which I've already looked up the price for. They're really not worth anything. So those will probably get scrapped out. We've got everything on the bench over there. And that stack over there with those notebooks on top. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I got a few nice things in there that, you know, might be able to resell, like this big iMac. It's got a broken screen on it, but people buy these things anyway, so I'm just gonna try and remove the glass and sell the rest of it as is. Yeah, so and one of the things, I don't know if I probably showed you guys in a past video, the big cardboard boxes that they put their stuff in. They're kind of hard to move around. They're flimsy, but whoever was in their maintenance department was all proud of them for figuring out how to screw them to a pallet with big washers so they don't rip, whatever. So what I did was I went and bought some of these 96-gallon toters for them. So I spent a little money. They cost about $100 each, but I replaced all of their cardboard boxes with those, so it'll be easier for me to move next time and for the movers. Yeah, so they have pretty much the same capacity, and these are, you know, hard plastic, so they're not going to rip and tear and break, and it'll be easier for me to just, you know, tip them over and dump them on the floor here if I need to, and I'll figure out what to do with them from there. So all in all, so $150 today with wire and batteries. I paid Well, let's take a look at this. Let's do some math. It's painful. Not my favorite subject, but all right. So we've got. It's got to be a friggin' way for me to turn this around. All right. So I paid. The movers were $225 and $400 for the toter cans, so it's $625. I've already made. Wow, it'd be nice if I actually had that in screen, huh? I've already made $150 today, so that is 5, 1, 7, so roughly $475. Yeah, it's been too long since I've had to do math. So $475, and I mean, just one of those nodes sells for $350. Some of the other ones sell for $250, and it's not going to take hardly any time for me to recoup all of that back, and then I'll be all profit. So I am pleased with that, and that's that. So given given the money that I'm making off of this, I'm pretty sure at this point I'm going to stop selling the tuners and stuff for my friend at work. They're really big and heavy, and they move really slow. It's a doctor buying this, so he's got loads of expendable income that most people don't have, so he's willing to overpay for stuff, but then when he wants to get rid of them, he expects to get the same money back. So I mean, that whole shelving unit it's all filled back there with them, plus those over there. There's another one down there, and more stuff back on the other side. So it takes up a lot of space in my garage, which I could use for other stuff where the profit margin is 100% as opposed to making 35% off of what I sell for him, which of that I have to pay all the fees out of and taxes out of, so I really don't make hardly any money off that. So yeah, so there we go. So thanks for watching. And as I mentioned before, if you have the space, hold on to the scrap metal until the market starts to swing back up. Make sure you check out iScrap app and their website, Rockaway Recycling. They have they're really good at keeping their prices up to date, and the app will let you see like any yards near you that participate with them, what their prices are, so you can kind of gauge what you should take back and when. And that's it. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.